we need to talk about something that affects far more people than you might think. Today, I'm sharing 5 hard truths about toxic relationships that nobody really warns you about. Truth number 1. Healthy, intelligent people get pulled into toxic relationships. Here's the first truth many don't realize until they've lived it. Being in a toxic relationship doesn't mean you're damaged, naive, or weak. Intelligent, accomplished, and emotionally healthy people get ensnared by narcissists and manipulators every single day. Why? Because these relationships don't start toxic. They often begin with love bombing, intense affection, seemingly perfect understanding, and the promise of a dream future together. By the time the mask slips, you're already emotionally invested. So if you've been there, stop blaming yourself for not seeing the red flags sooner. Manipulators are skilled at what they do precisely because they've practiced on many before you. Truth 2. The cycle of abuse is biologically addictive. The second truth is sobering. The cycle of idealization, devaluation, and reconciliation creates a literal addiction in your brain. When your partner is suddenly cold or cruel, your brain produces stress hormones. Then when they return with warmth and apologies, you experience a flood of dopamine, the same neurotransmitter activated by addictive drugs. Over time, you become chemically dependent on this cycle. That's why leaving feels like withdrawal, because neurologically speaking, it is. You're not crazy for finding it difficult to leave. You're fighting against powerful biological forces designed to keep you bonded. Truth 3. Gaslighting makes you mistrust your own reality. The third hard truth. Gaslighting doesn't just make you doubt specific memories, it eventually makes you doubt your own sanity. That never happened. You're too sensitive. You're imagining things. These phrases seem innocuous, but repeated over months or years, they erode your trust in your own perceptions. The most insidious part? You begin to rely on your abuser to tell you what's real. And once you're questioning your own reality, leaving becomes nearly impossible because you no longer trust yourself to make that decision. Truth number 4. Your support system will shrink by design. Fourth, and this one hurts, your friends and family didn't abandon you. They were systematically pushed away. Toxic partners isolate you by creating tension when you spend time with others, making you choose between them and your loved ones, criticizing the people who would otherwise help you see the truth. The cruel irony is that when you finally recognize you need to leave, you feel like you have nowhere to turn. But those who truly care about you are often just waiting for you to reach out. Truth 5. The most dangerous time isn't when they leave, it's when they try to come back. And now for the 5th and perhaps most crucial truth. The relationship isn't truly over when they walk away. It's over when they try to walk back in. The most dangerous period isn't abandonment, it's the hoovering that follows. They'll suddenly appear with perfect apologies, declarations of change, and promises that sound exactly like what you've been hoping to hear. They'll initiate conversations that feel different, that give you hope. But these aren't genuine attempts at reconciliation. They're calculated efforts to regain control. And here's the brutal truth. Each time you allow them back, the cycle becomes more extreme, the highs briefer, the lows deeper. If you take nothing else from this video, remember this. When someone shows you who they are through repeated patterns of behavior, believe them the first dozen times. True change is demonstrated through consistent actions over long periods, not passionate promises made during desperate moments. These truths are hard to hear and even harder to live through, but recognizing them is the first step toward freedom. If you're in the fog right now, know that clarity will come. If you've already left, know that the periodic longing you feel isn't love. It's the addiction seeking its fix. The path forward isn't about being strong enough to never look back. It's about being brave enough to keep going, even when everything in you wants to return to what's familiar, even if what's familiar is pain. You deserve more than survival. You deserve to thrive. And you will.